Welcome to Logan absolutely gets demolished by Nick and Jeff for unforeseen on Logan's end, absolute, completely realistic consequences that he now feels bad about.
And to begin that episode,
Go ahead and begin that episode.
welcome to the Cast Couch Cast number 3 now, guys. We are editing a lot of other videos right now. Sorry that we keep on just uploading podcasts because it's easy, and I feel like you guys realize that it's kind of a cop-out in a way, but at the same time, we do really want to be making content for you guys, and I really want it to be genuine content and not something that I force, because then it's just going to not really be that much fun for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, it's been partly just a scheduling thing, just everyone's a little bit spread out.
Especially recently.
Yeah, especially recently.
And over some certain YouTube laws being taken, it kind of takes the little bit of the...
A lot of things can take the steam out of your butthole.
if anything, we could just go to Vimeo.
Dude, I always forget that there's other options, honestly. But, like, yeah.
I feel like
It's
YouTube's
just
too big to even recognize.
It's hard to get recognized on YouTube, which, I mean, honestly isn't a reason to stop trying. It's just... It's more so, like, we should consider being on multiple platforms.
It's ironic that Newgrounds is still on, too. Like,
I always forget that's a thing.
yeah, right? But animators are going back there, and it's definitely got more traffic than it used to.
Does
Oh, really?
addictinggames.com still exist, or is it, like, did it fall out of the
Wait,
world when Flash
I'm
stopped
sure
working?
it's still there.
It's still there, it's just that no one can develop new games for it right now, I suppose, unless they're like, they update their platform to, I don't know, Unreal, or maybe, Unity, I suppose. They can make something on Unity and put it up there, but that's a lot of work, you know.
But as per the usual, I'm Nick Peterson.
I'm Jeff Halama.
I'm Logan.
There he is.
There I am.
Last name first. So, gentlemen, how's your kind of fall, kind of winter Colorado days going?
It's too cold for me right now.
Yeah.
It's the wind has been killing me, and honestly, I can deal with just straight cold. But when there's wind, I can't. No, not like that, dog.
Oh yeah, the wind chill really takes you down, but let
Really
me tell
takes
you.
you down to the bones.
Takes you down to the bones. Yeah. But I gotta say, let me tell you, I do have a very high tolerance for cold, but let me tell you what I don't have a high tolerance for. This year, it's been crazy. I needed to stop. But 2020 is right around the corner, and I'm going to make 2020 my motorcycle. I will ride it away, and all the pretty girls are gonna kiss me on the mouth, and I will say, no thanks, ladies, I'm married to Christ.
That's great optimism you have.
And
I really appreciate that. I feel like a lot of us could use some of that.
Little optimism.
Hey, another year's almost over. Let's put it behind us. Let's get started on the new year.
let's get a new job that doesn't make us miserable. Come on, guys, on 3, Epic Gamer.
I'm
Epic
slowly deciding that just jobs inherently make you miserable. It's just like it's part of the deal. But like,
It's
I
because
was
I'm
going to say maybe this is just the real transition to adulthood.
my doctor says I'm actually, I thought he was going to say some real bad news. He says I'm an actual physical embodiment of a tumor on society, and
your doctor
I don't
did
want to
not
work.
say that.
Well, maybe you should see my doctor sometime. He'll say that you are going... I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways, we got some comments that you guys have actually been posting on our YouTube, which we thank you very heavily for.
Stop. I'm still pulling them up.
It's still loading. Still loading. Jeff.
Still compiling them.
Jeff.
Back to my question, because that you stopped so suddenly.
Oh, so sorry, my good friend. Go ahead.
I forgot it now, actually.
How's your 2019 going?
Yeah, it's going good. I am about ready for the new year, and hopefully with the new year, you know, like Nick was saying too, comes some new plans, new scheduling, because I don't know, I hate saying it because it's always like beating a dead horse, but I really do want to do something with this. If like just to like, you know, have fun with. I feel like it's a great reason to get us together when we can.
And to be honest, like...
Spitballing some ideas here and there.
Yeah.
Seeing what really made us, you know, what's the word?
Work.
Amusing? Yeah, make us work pretty well.
And we already work pretty well together when we just hang out, too.
Yeah, but I definitely think it's true. I think that, working just in general can take a lot out of you. Not to say that, not appreciative of the job that I do have. Because it obviously is,
paying the
helping
bills.
me survive, paying bills. But, I don't know. It's like you always want more, but never really know how to, like, get it, especially in, like, a job, like, workforce area.
Because you could either really get, like, a lot of money, but, like, work your absolute ass off for, like, peanuts, but have a lot of peanuts, and just be tired at the end of the day. And not, like, tired, like, I need to go to bed, but just, like, drained.
Yeah, just exhausted, really.
Ooh, Nelly, I'm trying to beat Ashes of Ariandel. I'm going back through Dark Souls 3, because I'm sure as fuck ain't going to play Sekiro.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Play Dark Souls 2? Like...
Dark Souls 1 even.
What are you kidding? What are you telling me? You telling me to play Dark Souls 2? I'm telling you, 1-800. Come on now. I'm not gonna.
Come on, yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. I would really love for this or any sort of entertainment medium that we try to enter to eventually take off. It's just also not only just a timing issue, but like a situational issue. I'm pretty sure this year is still trying to kill me, so I'm pretty sure they're going to, like, completely just be like, no, fuck it, no more YouTube. You want a podcast? You could go to SoundCloud. I don't give a fuck. We're YouTube. We're pretty much an embezzlement scam. And then we just aren't a thing anymore, and that would be a big, big bummer. But I don't really care, because at the exact same time, I get the exact same amount of satisfaction with just chilling out with my homies and being forced to talk. And also just, like, talking in general.
Yeah.
So I do have some questions.
Perfect segue. Here we go.
Nick is now being forced to talk.
So we got one question from Catnip Cartel. Well, we've got multiple questions, I'm pretty sure. I just have the one pulled up right now.
What was that name again?
Catnip Cartel.
Catnip Cartel.
Where do your video ideas come from? Are they random?
Yes.
Are the fan suggestions? What is the science?
It pretty much is random.
It kind of is random, yeah.
It's a combination of the two.
9 out of 10 times, we kind of just sit down and we're like, hey, you guys want to play some games this week? And we're like, yeah, let's see what we can find.
Like, there's a lot to say when you put the time into, like, a script or something. And whenever we do skits, we try that. But at least I feel a lot of our comedy just comes from us being there, doing whatever naturally.
And as of recent events, I've learned very recently that my comedy more so comes with situational humor. Like, I'll be able to...
Situational and reactional, yeah.
Yeah, like, if I were to sit down and, like, make a setup and then a punchline, you're not going to like my joke.
But and that always comes with practice, right? Like, it's just kind of hard because we're so used to more of, like, the reactional and the...
yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah, because, I mean, that's kind of like, especially just as a group, that's sort of what our dynamic has always had to be, is reactional, because when you're talking to your friends, you're not, like, following a script.
No.
It's not like, oh, hello, gentlemen, and then your friend Jimmy walks in and says, well, gentlemen, I was at the bar last night, and let me tell you, there was a broad there.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, tell me more.
Did she put up a fight?
Exactly.
Yeah, fucking... No, it never goes like the way that you would ever imagine when it's scripted, when you're in real life and, like, you have a script and everyone else doesn't, and, like, their reactions are purely the actual reaction rather than, like, something on a sitcom where you could just play a laugh track, which is why I firmly disagree with the show Friends and The Big Bang Theory. I mean, come on, you turn off laugh tracks for both and you're going to find out you don't like these people at all.
Sprinkle some shade. At the very least, I feel like that's where the magic comes from with us specifically, like trying to figure out a way to realize what makes us, funny to other people, or the way that we make our stuff comes from just how I don't like random. I don't know if it's actually random.
Lol epic random.
But it's more like we set ourselves up for the moment and then let the moment come.
And
so it's as natural and as, like, real life as possible, in a way.
I definitely do have joke ideas where I'm like, okay, wait for someone to say this word or this sort of phrase and then hit them.
He's not talking about a punchline. He's just
gonna
gonna punch him.
Yeah.
Sometimes it depends, you know. Sometimes
He's
the
got a
physical
trigger
comedy's
word.
gotta
Come
win
on.
out.
Do you know that's actually how Winston Churchill got so clever? He would literally sit in his office at the end of the night and the beginning of the morning, and he would think of every possible thing that someone would say to him, and he would come up with a reaction and then memorize it. So that way when someone said it, like his specific thing, he'd be like, I've got to think.
Aha.
Haha! You've fallen in. You've activated my trap card, Hitler. Radar. That was something I came up with.
Yeah.
Nah, it's also like a very much so when we're among friends and like just casual people, like these vlogs, which quite frankly I'm most proud of.
I really do like doing the vlogs.
And the reaction channels, we're all just like chilling out. There's no pressure at all. There's like a little, maybe, because we're on camera, but I don't have an audience to like look at me and judge me in case I choke.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that sort of like, I gotta write a script, and if I don't memorize it or execute my lines properly, because that's like all, you can edit that into something funny. And I love doing the vlogs, I love doing the podcasts, and I love doing any sort of thing where it's just like live with us boys just talking. Like, honestly, you should follow any of us three guys, Jeff, Nick, me individually, with just a microphone all day. You'll find funny shit that we say. It's just that it's not recorded, and we are not going to remember exactly what we said, so it's not as funny.
Which sort of makes our videos all about creating those moments, like Jeff's mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But before we get into our next video, or our next comment question here, that just made me think of a little thing that me and Jeff were talking about the other day, because we did the interview with Ryan Osiris. Ryan, if you're watching, I love you and you're beautiful.
Red Suit Interviews, I love that guy.
Love you,
Papa
BB.
Bless. Actually, he's in Australia, so everyone point down.
Hey, are you down there?
Point down.
Hey.
Are you down under?
Okay.
I love you, Ryan.
But it just got me thinking, like, what exactly are we as a channel? Just after we did that interview, and I was
Yeah.
thinking about it, and it's sort of like, if you had to classify it, our channel would kind of be an improv comedy vlog channel with some podcasts. Because if you really think, like, if you break it down, the game stuff is kind of a version of a vlog.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have some sketches, which is where that comedy comes in, but they are highly improv, which is where that sort of works into everything else. And yeah, I think in a weird roundabout way, we're technically a vlogging channel.
I was going to say,
I'm fine with that.
No, I'm cool with it. I just like had that revelation the other day, and I was like, huh.
Well, I like it too, because especially, at least from what I think is going on in the what's kind of trending and not, like, people are more leaning towards that real life or slice of life, live, reactional, and, you know,
Yeah.
presence rather than, you know, not hiding, but rather than like the constant let's playing, you know.
I mean, scripted jokes are always nice.
They are. That's not to say that they're not. But,
But
I don't know, I feel like
for us specifically, I think that this is a good niche.
yeah, like it's fitting, forming, and you know, we're doing it at our own time as well, which I also like the freedom of having.
And every single YouTube channel has to have that little beginning where they like put their footsteps out and wonder, what the fuck even
What am I doing right now?
And it's not like something that you should be ashamed of and be like, we gotta delete our early videos because this isn't us.
It's
Because
just like part of the process.
yeah, you gotta figure out exactly
Again,
what you are before you figure out who you are. And hell, if we ever want to go back to it in case we get enough subs, we can go back to it.
see how much we've grown.
Exactly. However, I think we should move
For
on
our
to the
next
next one.
question from Joseph Blevins. He says, "Keep up the good work." Thanks, Joseph.
Oh, thanks, Joseph.
That's
but
not a
he's
question.
He also said,
Let the man finish.
"How about a PS4 versus Xbox discussion?" And then there's a
I would love that.
big that face.
Is
like
that a
a-
crying, laughing face?
Well, I think it's eyes closed. I don't think it's crying.
I could really get into that. We're all
I can.
the
as
three of
well.
us are giant video game nerds, and all of our, at least a lot of our friends in down more north, they're all huge video
They're-
game nerds
yeah.
too. I could really get into that. Make something funny about that.
But yeah, so me personally, I have both, and I was an Xbox dude for a really, really long time.
Same.
I will say I'm starting to lean towards PS4 a little bit more for the fact that they have more consistently better exclusives.
Exactly.
But I will say my Xbox One has way easier storage upgrading than my PS4.
Yeah, I feel like it's really balanced too. It's almost like, what do you want more? The pick up, play multiplayer, have enough space to do it, or you give up like a lot of like extra features. I feel like, but like you said, those exclusive titles and those like more experiences rather than just like, hey, here's a game, go play it, right now with hundreds of people, battle royale, go do it, let's do it right now, let's do it.
Ow.
Sorry.
I'm kidding. Jeff just hit me, but I won't press charges. He's definitely right on that one too, because the Xbox One was initially designed to both look like a VCR and act as a replacement for a lot of different things of your life, like internet varieties like Twitch and whatnot, and various other social medias. It was acted as like a video service system. It was acted as like your game console. And then as it turns out, the PS4 does that too. It's just that Xbox also it feels casual. But PS4, I can't lie. That shit looks so pretty. That shit like has cooler exclusives. Like Gears is a pretty damn good. Halo's pretty damn good, but Persona, God of War,
dude.
Bloodborne,
you've got
Death Stranding that just came out.
Death Stranding, which is a highly polarizing game, as we have found.
Yeah, why does everyone hate that game?
It's either you love it or you hate it. There is no in between I found so far.
It's so boring walking. Well, get high. Get high and play the video game. This video is rated not for children, by the way.
Yeah.
If you were a child, do not watch this video. Do not get high.
Good save.
Adults within marijuana legal states,
brothers.
get high.
Please smoke responsibly.
Smoke responsibly, yes. Don't play Death Stranding in the car. As much as I...
Just like the PS4 built into the steering wheel.
That is called a PSP.
Oh man, they already made that.
They already made that goof. Yeah.
Please.
If anything, I'd like to be the I'd actually like to be the black sheep. If I had a PS4, I would have that instead. And that would be my favorite. But I'm gonna go with between Xbox and Switch. I'm gonna go with the Switch.
It's only PS4 and Xbox. Switch isn't included.
I've changed the rules, baby.
Switch is kind of like, in my opinion, the Switch is kind of its own little category, whereas like Xbox and PS4, I would say, are really focused on doing single player experiences, and while there is multiplayer, it's all about you sitting on your couch doing your thing. Whereas I would say Switch, to me at least, seems really focused on group experiences.
Yeah, like connecting people together in
like
interesting ways, creative ways.
Like even just buying a Switch alone, it technically comes with 2 controllers, so you can do multiplayer.
Well, yeah, of course. They're also, I mean, like, not to contradict your point at all or try to argue it, because I completely agree. I swear I will reach across this and I will edit out me whooping your ass, Logan. There are definitely, like, video games on there that are pretty much just single-player exclusive, like Skyrim and Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey. And those games are tits. They're great. They're great tits. It is technically meant... I've seen people on the bus playing with strangers. Like, just smash, casually, waiting for them to... Fuck! Shit!
Oh, you okay over there?
I was thinking about the image you showed me earlier. We'll talk about that in a second.
No, we don't.
It definitely shows its promise and its brightness and its beauty with its multiplayer and its ability to connect to other people that you've never met anywhere else. Like if you're really drunk with another really drunk person you've never met somewhere in a frat party. And I like that. But it's still a part of a major console, so I think it's still technically running, but it's like that little weird stepbrother.
I was going to say, to close it out too, I think the thing about when you group PS4 and Xbox and then leave Nintendo by itself, why it always comes back to PS4 and Xbox is because I think it's more of like a multimedia entertainment like thing. Like, yeah, there's the video games and there's like all those people that are in it to play the games, but you know, like we're talking about with, you know, Blu-ray features or SoundCloud mixes or other apps that you can use on it too. Nintendo is strictly just the video Game Boy. The one The one simple, clear mission. Like, let me go to that bar with you and link up, and we can play Sword and Shield and Smash Brothers and stuff.
Yeah, it has that whole feature where like certain games will give you a demo version if you're near the person that has it, so you can play together.
Which is cool.
Which is
That's
fancy.
whack.
Xbox didn't even want you to share discs originally.
PS4 just started being like, okay, we'll cross-platform with everybody.
And which is super cool. Also, I feel a little bit like we are... I will say Switch does have Hulu and YouTube, which kind of...
I mean, it's sort of multimedia.
I mean,
But I think I still would say that it stands up that it's like designed for a multiplayer, sort of in the same room experience.
but I can't play the Xbox on the toilet.
No.
That's true.
I
Okay. Here's one thing
Debatable.
Here's one thing that I recently realized, actually.
Oh my god, that would be a great video!
This is a fun segue into another topic that I don't know what it'll be yet, but I'm sure it'll be something. You see, I recently realized that in my room, so the way it's set up is if you walk in the door to my room, then my TV is on a table right next to the door, and then I have a lot of movie posters, all in frames. And so I have this poster of Gladiator right next to my bathroom door, which would be going this way compared to the Gladiator door, which would be flat against it. So you'd have to like go left, and you'd be facing it, but you'd turn away from it when you're going in the bathroom. So I realized though that if I'm sitting on the toilet, if I'm at the right angle, I can see a reflection of my TV off of the Gladiator poster. So in a way, I can kind of keep on gaming from the toilet on my Xbox or PS4.
You really need to do that when we're playing Apex next time.
Just like, alright, boys.
Pooping will not
where we
stop
dropping,
you!
boys?
It will just be mirrored.
Where are we dropping in, boys? Because let me tell you, I'm dropping in right here.
Unfortunately, I can't use my Switch on the toilet. Well, I can, it's just that I poop in 6 seconds. I am a fast pooper. I fired that torpedo
That's
off.
a game of Tetris. You could do it.
Yeah, like, I'm really good at Tetris. But you do have a very good point. I've seen Nick's penis several times.
No, you haven't.
Where did that
That's an
even come
integral part of our relationship, is that neither of us has seen each other's penises.
Oh god, oh fuck, I wasn't supposed to tell him. No, okay, I actually haven't. I had the option to, and by god, I was sweating, I was gripping at his couch, I was biting my lip, but I decided not to, because I want to...
So we're saving that for our wedding day.
Yeah, I don't want him to hit me, actually, because if I do that, he has legal right to kill me. There's been a penny stuck on my head for a while.
I can keep an eye on it.
Can we do another one of those questions, by the way?
Yeah, let me see if we've got another one that's
Jeff,
fresh.
Well, meanwhile, I wanted to ask you, and maybe if you want to share with everybody too, I heard recently that you, well, I didn't hear, I knew recently that you went to a comedy night, one night stand-up.
Oh boy, oh boy.
For the very, very first time.
Well, as some of you already know from Logan Hub, I am not funny. And I had one funny joke that technically wasn't mine. And by technically, I mean absolutely it wasn't mine. It's just that, never mind. My reputation is already ruined by that one. I was just so nervous that I forgot all my jokes afterwards and before, so I had to steal a joke just to get the crowd going. And fucking, I'll spare you the details of the pain. I was doing my best, my absolute damnedest to make people laugh. I thought improvising would be fine, but I went up to people trying to work the crowd. And I saw a guy, I was like, what's your name? Jim. Jim, what are you doing here? He's like, I don't know. What the fuck are you doing here? And then everyone laughed, and I tried to make a rebuttal like, wow, that is just underneath my parents divorcing. And then no one laughed. And then I tried to segue into talking about bronies, and then the fucking guy running this shit came up and...
into the next question.
No, goddamn you!
Oh my god! That's exactly what he did.
Yes! That is! He's like, nope, we're moving on. Give it up for Logan. I had to pick up some props that were in my mouth. I'm embarrassed, hunched over, about to cry. I see Luke, the editor of Logan Hub. You all know him. And he's just like, good job, man. I'm like, I'm going home, Luke. It's good seeing you, but I'm going home. And then I just walk out, and I go to my car, and I cry. And I cry. And I cry!
Jeez, I'm so sorry about that.
Man, It hurt so bad. I'm not going back to that comedy club until for a while.
You're not giving up, are you?
No. I'm going to go back and just... I thought it was like a 10-minute thing where I could tell a story. It's a 4-minute thing where I gotta be like, punchline, joke, punchline, joke, punchline, joke. Shit like that. Like, I can't... I've never done comedy like that. I don't know how to make punchlines. So I gotta learn. And I'm not giving up. Nick! Segue!
So, the segue. We've got sort of 2 questions, one of which I sort of responded to as a comment, and so did you. That's again from Catnip Cartel.
Oh.
Aw.
It says, what is in those classic cups?
Liquor.
Something that you don't want to know.
Liquor.
Again, I'm sticking with dreams.
Liquor.
Creamy dreams.
Liquor.
Dreams and creams.
Liquor. No, it's coffee. And dreams!
And dreams!
It's actually mostly dreams, just 10% coffee.
Yeah, just like, it's wheat coffee, too.
It's more a 10% coffee, 80% dreams, 50% liquor.
It's perfect for a podcast.
Yeah.
Or like a long session where we record like this.
Exactly.
Honestly, yeah, the caffeine.
So would be water, but at the same time, you can't beat like wrapping your fingers around a nice mug and having...
Yeah, and your hands like gets a little bit warmed up, and you're just like, wow, that's nice.
You sit over here and you're like, Troy and Abed in the morning.
Plus, when we're like doing podcasts, it's like you get the caffeine going, and it's like with like other stuff, it's easy to focus on like whatever we're doing, talk about that. But with podcasts, you get a little caffeine, and you just talk about your day.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we're all like fucking no longer young children anymore, so staying up late. You're older than me. Both of you are.
I didn't say anything.
So, being this old, you
Literally
get
did
tired
nothing.
really fast, especially with alcoholism. So, a little bit of caffeine and a little bit of something to keep the shakes away, you know, that's just enough to keep you going. What?
Alcoholism is a problem, though, for sure.
Oh, fuck. All right, let's go on with the next question.
Might not be family friendly, but we gotta send a positive message.
I don't think talking about the cum-covered statue that you have on your phone.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah.
Are you
It's
all
funny.
using microphones or just camera audio? Fun video.
Is
From
that a
Joseph Blevins.
Joseph Blevins.
Joseph Blevins.
Technically, we're using one microphone. It's a shotgun mic that I have hooked up to the camera because we have another one right there. That just the audio, it just doesn't quite have the same bass as that one does.
Yeah. We've been thinking of upgrading those soon to have
Yeah.
an individual mic for all 3 of us.
Yeah, especially for the podcast. Hopefully by 2020 we all have our own individual little mic, and we'll all run it through with a little thing, and we'll all have our own little ear set so we can monitor it. And then everyone's voices will actually be leveled out and even, and you'll be able to hear all of us and not our clothes rustling.
And that way we don't have to scream over Logan either.
Yeah, which is just wild.
Why? Post-editing is traumatic.
We'll also have someone looking at the soundboard actually being able to monitor exactly how we sound.
It'll be me.
And eventually when time comes we could do a lot more fun things with that. But, ouch. That's all I had to say, I suppose. I just forgot everything immediately.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's all the questions we really have on the channel. But I'd like to bring up some comments that I do find just humorous in general.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
One was this one was from a while ago, from Courtney Johnson. The fact that Jeff is still even there, even after Logan was gone, makes me seriously consider the possibility that he is in fact being held hostage.
From the microphone or the headphone video. Yeah. That's very true, by the way. You know, I'm still here.
We are, yeah, he doesn't leave this room.
How long ago was that video?
Not allowed
That
to.
video was
like in August?
5 months-ish ago, yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost been half a year, and I'm still trapped here. Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
he's still trapped. You'd think that the FBI would have found this video, but they didn't.
Support the Patreon, and maybe they'll let me out of here. I don't know.
Maybe they'll find him.
FBI busy.
Unlikely.
Support our Patreon. Jeff has been shitting in the closet because where else is he going to go? We keep a firm lock on the door.
There's nowhere else.
There really isn't.
I keep a salamander in there to eat his shit.
Yeah, it's very scary. It's like Indiana Jones with snakes.
Yeah, he
but
hisses at him when he goes in there, and he tries to lick his butthole.
Yeah, that's not pleasant either, I might add. Very traumatic, actually.
Well, I thought it might add some fun.
Well, you know, we all think about things, and we all make mistakes, but...
Why didn't you tell me about the snake?
It's a salamander.
It's not a snake.
Sure.
Were you even listening?
Wait, did you not get the snake? Oh.
Oh shit! Was I supposed to get a snake?
No snake. Yeah, comment. Go.
I don't.
Don't talk about the snake, Jeff.
Oh, you're derailing this hard. Are you okay?
I'm not derailing anything like a snake somewhere inside of an apartment or something.
Also, a quick note on this because I don't think I've really touched on it really yet. Sam Hain Soul Society. This dude shouted out our channel on his channel, which is just cool. I believe he's also Colorado-based, based on a preliminary observation.
Hey.
I love Colorado. It's the only state I'd live in.
Dude seems to be pretty cool. I believe I featured him on our channel, so check him out. And yeah, he
thank you for
seems
the
like a
shout
cool
out.
dude. Yeah, thank you for the shout out. But he also commented on our last podcast, and he said, "Great work as always. I personally enjoy Tombstone Pizza the most. You should all do a cussing contest in one of your videos. Each time you cuss, pause the video."
I think you might have to repeat that.
Every time you just pause the video.
I forget it.
You'll never finish.
I have to do it on. I have to do it on my email because otherwise it kink shames me.
Oh, that's tragic.
Because it doesn't show me the whole thing and it doesn't show up on the video for some reason.
Well,
I swear to God, I'm pretty sure there's a comment or a question on the end of it.
I gotta say, if you mention us and give us good good reputation on your channel, we will most certainly comment on it and tell you that you're awesome. This is basically like the old-fashioned YouTube 2011 version of like sub for sub.
No, it's more like for like from Instagram.
Ew,
The
gross.
way you made it sound.
Gross. Yeah. I mean, still, it's not like for like because we genuinely appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. You should all do a cussing contest in one of your videos. Each time you cuss, you have to take a shot. Add the twist of your co-stars choosing what you have to drink. I also tend to cuss far more than I realize in some videos. Hulu has a good, decent movie right now called Ghost Stories. It's a foreign film, but no subtitles.
Oh, right. Yeah, I honestly hate the amount of times Logan says fuck on this channel.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
Do you remember when I was like... That's why I've stopped censoring it, because I just couldn't keep up.
I know!
It takes me no time to edit this podcast now. Before it took me 3 hours.
And even then, there would be like little spots
Yeah.
where I would call him later and be like, "Hey,
Hey, you
I don't
missed
know
this one.
I don't know what you wanted to do, but if you wanted to censor everything at minute 3:30,
Because eventually, like,
After you hear it so many times, you just like you start tuning it out accidentally. Like I was still censoring him at first, and then I'd just be like listening. I'm like, yeah, just talking.
What do you think about cussing on YouTube?
I don't know.
I know for a fact that like after a while, YouTube stops stops and it's like it no longer has that automatic bot that actually senses if you're cussing or not. So that way,
had a weird texture to it, which it shouldn't have a texture in the first place, which is
yeah, that's actually very concerning.
very
about
concerning.
Your very. Fuck. I did it again. After a while it just stops, which I can understand because I see it in some Let's Players and stuff where they just like have all their PG stuff at first and then you pass a threshold and then they start swearing again. And they still keep their sponsorships, they still keep their monetization somehow. It's very strange how that happens, so I'm not necessarily too worried about it, myself particularly. Sometimes I just forget it because it's just an English word. To me, it means nothing. If anything, I just feel like Dexter's sister from the TV show Dexter. Yeah, I swear like a sailor and everything like that. It just, I never really saw it as a problem until, Nick edits and he tells me, and then I say, fuck.
Well, but then at the same time, it's kind of weird, right? Because it's all about family-friendly content, which is completely understandable. But what's so wrong
At the
with
same time, I
aiming
was
for a
gonna say-
demographic that's not,
necessarily looking for censorship.
Well, just like for not for kids, like if you want to make a channel that's kid friendly, I feel like you have to revolve it around that a little
Yeah. Okay, I would agree with that. Yeah.
bit. Whereas like I know maybe a demographic of like 20 to 30-year-olds or whatever is less than the amount of children that are on YouTube, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't need to deserve to be incredibly punished. But that's what this new thing that they're doing, right? You have to like claim that you're not family friendly, or
How many court cases are they Yeah, you have to actually check off a little box that says you are protected if you say that you are not family friendly, which is going to be easy for a channel like us because fuckity fuck.
Why?
What are they gonna do?
Point proven.
No, Nick doesn't even have to do anything. We're in the last part of the video.
But
we're literally almost done with the video. Just saying is that once you check that box, you actually are clear from it. But like animated channels like Egoraptor or let's say even Vivian or Oni Plays or just Oni, actually, my bad, old Oni, they're all fucked unless they're one of those storytime animators.
Well, but by checking that off, does that just make it easier for YouTube to make it so their algorithm doesn't put your stuff out there?
It just, you have to verify yourself on a Google account, but of course kids lie. I did when I first started my YouTube channel when I was 11. But it basically, when some dumbass parent leaves their kids in front of an iPad and is like, go watch Colors videos, and then suddenly it's like Spider-Man impregnating Elsa shits out in Spider-Man in toilet video, Ukraine.
Did I ever tell you at work the other day I saw a child watching a deep-fried Thomas the Tank Engine meme? I didn't see much of it, but I saw the videos like at one point when I was delivering their food, and I just remember seeing Thomas the Tank Engine with the glowing red eyes.
The kids won't even get why deep fried is funny because
they have yet to experience the pain.
They don't know memes like we do. That's why we started Logan Hub.
It's another generational difference thing that's happening.
What I'm trying to say is that YouTube will fuck over people. If you're a YouTube channel that caters to kids and you get put on YouTube Kids and you say fuck or Elsa impregnates Spider-Man or some shit like that, you will get fined a lot of money. But if you are completely, solely, purely, definitely adult, they won't. It's easy for the algorithm that YouTube has and their various bots running through the system that automatically do it because Google doesn't want to fucking hire more employees for YouTube. If they fuck it up and that robot fucks it up, how they're going to sue so many people and get so much money. And it's gonna be so dumb. That's, Go ahead, Jeff. Start speaking. I spoke too much.
Well, yeah, I guess to close it out, maybe we'll just see where it goes.
Well, I don't know. We got more time if we want to keep going.
Yes, I do.
Oh, never mind. Well,
yeah, we're at 30-ish minutes right now.
Oh, shit. Well, all I was about to say is that we'll just keep going and see, what we can work with and what we can't work with, because, I don't know, still kind of... just
in the works.
Still sort of
trying to figure out how it works.
Yeah, we're testing it out.
Also, it becomes easier and easier to see like how much work goes into like making stuff like this effectively, efficiently.
I have great respect towards everyone that makes like shit that we enjoy because
yeah, dude,
entertainment's a crazy thing,
and editing takes forever. It takes so long.
If you cuss less, you cuss all you do, or you stop cussing.
I was gonna say, stop fuck shaming me because
Stop fuck shaming.
He doesn't have to censor me for the whole video, just part of it, and then the bots fuck off, and then I'm here.
Oh, I see.
I can already see that Nick is planning various ways to make it look like an accident.
Maybe.
What's going to be an accident?
What's going to be an accident near the cliff?
I don't know, but let me tell you, this year has been really hard on me. I'd sure hate it if this year alone and no other witnesses were to accidentally kill me at Wheat Ridge High School at 7:30 o'clock at December 28th.
Just 4 days after Christmas, or perhaps December 20th. 4 days before.
Oh, Merry Christmas to those who actually don't like me.
Oh.
Everyone.
Wow.
Well, that was a dark note.
I don't know.
Fortunately, some of the YouTube comments like me.
How often do you think you get towards like around now, like the end of the year, and you're just like, ugh. Like how could you compare the amount of times that you ended a year on a good note compared to years that you haven't?
I have 3 years I ended on a bad note. I have the rest of my life that I compared on a good note. It's just like, when you have like the first year that fucks you over, when you gain true consciousness at like 7 or 8 or 5, whatever, I don't know, Sheldon Cooper. After that happens, you actually start keeping track. It's no longer, I got a good boy, it was a pretty good year. It's now like, man, everyone was bullying me, sort of like thing. So I'd say 8 when, whatever, fucking, I suppose I'll tag in 11 when I was 19/20.
Yeah.
And then now! And those are kind of like the worst years. But to be honest, 4 out of 23.
That's a good,
not that bad.
good average.
Right?
I'd say about the same. Like, I guess it's just, again, it might just be becoming an adult, but recently it feels like those years get a little bit more and more, like, rocky at the end of the road.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like, I don't think it's that the years are worse, it's just that the standards for a good year change.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, you'll end up needing more, or you'll end up needing something incredibly specific to you.
Or even just something different.
But after you go through that terrible experience, your perspective on the year changes drastically, and then your expectations are so low as what counts as a good year that suddenly a very average, albeit boring year has suddenly turned into a, hey, look at this, I didn't get my car repoed.
Well,
Whoa!
I'm really curious about this, because there was this whole thing that I had to go through this whole stupid work training video that made me want to die. But one thing that like I was thinking about that I had thought about before but I never really had the words for was this concept that they talked about where like when you go through things, the way that you remember them if as good or bad isn't necessarily based on the overall experience. It's based, like, how you remember things is based on peaks and, like, crevices. So, like, you remember the highs and then you remember the lows. Mm-hmm. And then there's sort of, like, a point where you just remember the end no matter what. And so I almost wonder if that's how it is with years, where, like, if the end of the year is bad, you just consider the whole year bad.
That's a good point.
Or like if you just had like a lot of like really good things, like really high moments, like you went on vacation or like you did this or that. If that factors in at all, I don't know. I've been thinking about that a lot.
That's a very good point, though. It's good to. I think it's a really great mindset to stay out of the rut, because then you can start thinking about how half full your glass is. Mm-hmm. I do believe that if you like back somebody into a corner with like their end of the year recently being awful, and you tell them like, hey, like, was the whole year awful, or was there actually some good points? They'd be kind of like perplexed as to be like, actually, you know.
I see it like the good place in a way where, if anything, it's almost like a scoring system. If you could analyze it in a sort of logos sort of passion. And albeit, I've had some really good times this year. I won't lie. I've hung out with my buddy Jeff, my buddy Nick. We went and saw AJR. That was pretty fucking kick-ass. We played some kick-ass games. I've hung out with some kick-ass friends. But, you know, the major things kind of outweigh it. And while I'm not necessarily miserable, I am, quote-unquote...
Could be better.
Yeah, it could be better.
Yeah.
And it's like, one day I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, fucking... broken up, parents are broken up, I hate my job, and stuff like that. But then the other day is like, life is a bowl of peaches, baby, and I got the spoon. I got the spoon, baby. I'm about to take a big old bite. Mm-mm. And
yeah, that is also a phrase that people say often.
I'm just...
Wow, it's as if he took it from a classic book.
Almost.
Blew the dust off of that cover.
It's like there's depths, there's valleys of sadness, and there's peaks of happiness. And sometimes the depths are way lower, like the Marianas Trench to the Himalayas. But at the same time, you gotta appreciate the Himalayas so much more because you're not in the Marianas Trench. You got to be happy that you're happy,
Happy that
rather
you're
than
not underwater and under extreme water pressure causing your lungs to collapse.
Exactly. That is
Very true. Very true.
yeah. I hate it when that happens.
Yeah,
I also think the seasonal thing
every time.
plays into effect as well.
Seasonal depression.
Kind of changes
Yeah.
your perspective on the whole year thing.
Oh, definitely.
100%.
How messed up is it that the end of the year, on average, generally is a more calm, somber, dull, rather than the year ending in like the brightest day of the year?
Why didn't
It's
we
Charlie
end in
Brown.
summer? Okay.
Is it because of Christmas?
'Cause
Because
summer would be a
Christmas is so fun and
frickin'
magical
rager.
sometimes.
There are two people talking.
I'm just saying Christmas could be a freaking rager if it was during summer. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Fucking Australians. Having Christmas in summer, you bastards.
Oh man, can you imagine if holidays?
Sorry, Ryan. Sorry, Ryan Osiris.
How dare you?
Can you imagine like holidays switched up like that? Like if Christmas was a summer holiday and Halloween was like a more of like a Valentine's Day type of thing.
Can you imagine Halloween in January?
Halloween in January.
Wow, Groundhog Day.
How fiendishly Joel.
And then we both were like looking at each other trying to remember the quote for a second. They're like,
How fiendishly Joel.
fiendishly, how fiendishly,
Joel? No, who is it? Andrew? Garfield the cat?
Garfield, he hates Mondays.
Oh
Oh, bother.
no! Yeah.
Fucking hell. No, I also believe it's because, like, we live in Colorado, and right now we're experiencing weather reports that say the air is not safe to breathe. Shut up, I'm talking, phone. The air is not safe to fucking breathe.
What are you talking about?
You've never received one of those?
No, not yet.
Okay, well, when we worked down in Denver in the Aurora area, I'm not gonna lie, you could even ask our good friend Jake Rusko, who has been in a few Logan Hub videos. He will get notifications on his fucking phone while we're working, and it's about to, like, fog, snow, rain, and it will say, warning, air quality level is, like, I can't remember, like, the exact phrase, but it just says that the air quality level is not up to par.
I don't think you need a sensor to tell me that, though.
Well, I can't tell, though.
Breathe and see what happens.
I did. I was outside. I was working.
Wait a
I was
minute.
working.
I can't breathe in.
No, it's not like that. People in Beijing have like a chance of like turning into lizard people. I don't know. They just have like people who live in areas of high density smog and pollution have better chance of developing lung diseases. And it's like, okay, if you could stay away from this area. But when it rains and it snows, these areas become more dangerous. So it recommends you literally stay inside.
It just recommends you stop breathing, technically, but...
Well, I tried, but
end it
here
now.
I am.
just like, alright, here we go.
2019 can't kill me that way.
Not like that, baby.
No way, no way.
No way, no way.
Not my house.
Not never.
Not my end, not never.
Well, with the year coming to a close then, what are you looking forward to? What's coming up?
I'm going to stop drinking.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Don't give me hope. Don't do that. Don't give me hope.
You look like Fred Durst right now.
What is he talking
What
about?
if Fred Durst is the one that's like, hey man, that's really good for you?
It's like, that's really good for you. Did you see my movie with John Travolta? It was really bad.
Not excellent.
Not excellent. Not way, no one never.
That's
Why am I
really-
from Jersey?
That's really great, though. All jokes aside.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for that and for you.
I'm glad you guys support me.
I think that you're...
Do you want us to be the
will
friends
appreciate
to,
you.
like, literally beat you if you take a sip of drink, or...
Let's not go that far. I'm not joining AA or anything like that. I know. You guys
I wanted
are
you to
looking
go
for-
anonymous.
I wanted to give him a big...
wanted me to go anonymous. Fucking no. I'm kind of tired of waking up shaking.
Oh, Jesus.
I could see that being annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying as hell. I feel. I got animations to show you that relate to how I feel when I wake up, but. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of using it to get through work. I'm sick of using it to get through a video. Yeah, I'm just, I don't like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mountain Time, you figured out the truth. It's over now. Can't do anything about it anymore.
Hi, normies. Your idol is a fraud. Also, pick better idols than me.
Your idol was secretly Jack Daniels this whole time.
Idol means false god to begin with, so, you know.
So, American False God. Weird show.
Very weird, not good.
Why did all the gods have to sing?
No, on top of that, I found out that there's doctors that specialize in ADD rather than just like the one dude who just looks at a clipboard and is like,
yeah, probably this.
I'll give you more because you weird me out, kid. So
yeah, I've been kind of considering.
Here's the base stuff, and I'm like, I need more. He's like, well, don't drink alcohol because that sort of supplements it. Your heart will explode.
Wow. Funny. It works.
No, that's what he said! That's literally verbatim what he said. And I'm like, alright, thank you. I will do that because you won't give me more for my thing that I have. But now that I know that they're specialists and we live in a big state that definitely has one, I guarantee it, I could just go to him and be like, listen, my last guy was an asshole. I traveled 80 miles for here. Can I have something better than that? And hopefully, by all means, he'll hear my case and be like, yeah. But if he doesn't, well...
Yeah, I've been considering trying to, like seeing a doctor about my ADD. Because I probably do have it. And it would probably help me, like, actually focus and get stuff done more often when I have no specific thing to do.
I definitely vibe with that, for sure.
But yeah, productivity, that's mainly my thing I want to do, work on next year, is just being more productive overall.
And Adderall also is a humongous mood stabilizer, I found out. Some days I'll just be working with depression and be like, wait, I forgot to take my second Adderall. I'll take it and I'll just be like, yes, today is beautiful. And they'll be like, there are fighter jets flying over us and they're bombing. I'm like, isn't that cool? Hey, look at this rabbit gif. And I just feel better. Like, more so just trying to cheer people up rather than be a spaz.
Yeah.
But it's... You don't want to say that you're dependent on a thing.
Right.
And I definitely am dependent on a thing that I don't like right now. We just discussed it.
But it's a thing that specifically helps you become a little bit better at surviving or going about your day.
Mm-hmm.
Helping you handle situations that come your way a little bit easier.
And if I may segue this into the final bit, we hope that this channel helps you get through your day a little bit easier.
Just a little bit.
That is kind of our goal overall, is just to make something that, I don't know, I guess what I picture us as is sort of like just friends, and we're being friends with you guys, and just kind of hanging out, you know?
I just like sharing, you know, for as much as, like, I'll get paranoid if we, like, get too deep or get too serious or if a joke doesn't land, but as the days go by, I think I'm on the same boat. I realize, like, I just like hanging out with you guys and hanging out with them. And, you know, if anybody can vibe to this completely, like, unscripted, like, improv, just hanging out, doing whatever, then that works well enough for me, too.
We're just friends being friends.
Exactly. And sometimes we get, like, serious, but that's because we trust you guys. I mean, like, you feel like you turn on this video and, like, you're sitting in the room with us and just, like, listening to us talk like John sometimes does. And to be honest, it's just the same with you guys, because I often go to your guys' houses, I sit outside, I watch you, I make sure you're safe. No one else is allowed in your room, I make sure of it.
Spoiler alert, he's not Santa Claus, so yes, call the police.
I'm not giving you gifts this year except for the gift of safety. You're welcome. So I suppose we should end it on that note, gentlemen?
Yeah. Check out our Facebook page. Check out our Instagram at Mountaintime Officials. We all have Twitters that are going to be in the description.
Go ahead.
No, you keep going. You
I'm sorry. I was going to go.
No, I think
You gotta go?
Guys, it's my turn!